This footage is actually pretty boring, but I feel that it needs to be established how pathetically weak the Orcs Are Us alliance is without us. We were the only reason that when raiders would show up, that they would actually be pushed out of the city, and the rest of the Orcs Are Us alliance would be allowed to go back to macroing in peace. And yeah, why the alliance fell apart, or at least we left it, and which actually is equivalent to the alliance falling apart, since we were the only guild that mattered in it, was that we got sick of Tiara Lear, the leader of Orcs Are Us' shit, and we were sick of Gurn, the leader of Capsule's shit, and Gurn was worst of all. I remember my first encounter with him. The fucker shot a red spell at me. It was a heal, but I thought it was a rend. Yeah, when you shoot a spell toward me and I don't know what it is, I expect some sort of reaction, so I used knockback on him, which isn't really a big deal. It doesn't hurt you at all. And the next thing I knew, I was taking, and everybody does it anyway. Everybody uses knockback on each other. It's not, nobody does it seriously. Anyway, I started taking arrows in the back, and I realized the guy had taken it personally, so I just ran around a bit avoiding him, assuming that he would fuck off eventually, but he wasn't fucking off, and I realized after a while that, hey, wait a minute, this guy might actually be trying to kill me. But since I was part of the alliance, I thought, hey, I'll just avoid incident. I was really tempted to lay the guy out, but I just jumped in the water and swam off and didn't think anything of it. And I didn't think anything of it until the next day. That's when I learned that Gurn had killed one of our guild members and his mount, and was completely unapologetic about it. And guess what our guild member had done to him? He had used knockback on him. So I put two and two together, and I realized, hey, this fucker was not only might be trying to kill me, he was trying to kill me, and that really made me furious. But yeah, anyway, when Defarak, our guild leader, talked to Gurn about it, Gurn basically said, fuck you, I'll do whatever I want. We were tempted to call the alliance off right then and there, since Tiara Lear is a weakling that's afraid to do anything about shit like this. But anyway, we let this slide, since our guild member was compensated by I think an Orcs Are Us guy with another mount, so we were able to let that slide. But still, there wasn't a single person in our guild that Gurn hadn't fucked with that that actually liked Gurn. He basically just stalked the an Orcs Are Us city all day, just looking to cause shit. As for Tiara Lear, the Orcs Are Us leader, he basically logs off whenever there are problems, and his big thing is just trying to get in as many 10-person dwarf guilds into the alliance without consulting other alliance members. And yeah, you think it'd be a smart idea to consult the biggest member of your alliance, but no, he just kept letting in random 10-person dwarf guilds, and this was even after a verbal agreement with the Defariac that the next guild in the alliance would be A&G, a guild that we actually PK with, a guild that we actually know. Yeah, it's one 10-person dwarf guild that nobody liked after another 10-person dwarf guild that nobody liked, and that right there pissed our leadership off. But still, we were gonna let all of this shit slide. And even this next problem, Tiara Lear decided that there would be no macroing or fighting inside the city, and which was basically like turning Gurn into the hallway monitor at school. If you thought Gurn had been fucking with people before, it was about to get 10 times worse. And Gitsum, one of our guild members, had decided enough was enough, and he just went around the Alliance City killing people. He was our John Brown. Even though the entire North was sick of slavery, it was only John Brown who was willing to act. He led an anti-slavery revolt at Harper's Ferry, Virginia in 1859, but the North sold him out and let him hang. However, Hopeslares was not about to sell out Gitsum. Gurn came into our event and started issuing orders like that we boot Gitsum from our guild. It's ironic that Goon, who had told the Farag that he would do whatever the fuck he wanted, was now upset that Gitsum was doing whatever the fuck he wanted. But Frayed, who plays non-factor in game, told him off. Gurn was so verbally owned by Frayed and so butthurt about it that he went to the boards and made a post about the location of the city that we wanted. We had already been promised by GM that when the city opened up that we would be allowed to get it, since there was a problem in the code of the game that prevented us from claiming it. You had Gurn, who is a community staff on the Darkfall forums, Goon. He decided to take advantage of his community staff position to act like he was just posting helpful information for the community, even though it's really because he was butthurt about getting owned and vent by Frayed. And yeah, if you want to talk about abusing your position as a community staff member, that would be it right there. So yeah, we weren't about to take orders from this fucking nobody that runs a 4-person guild. We were willing to let all the shit he had done slide if he was willing to let all the shit that Gidsum had done slide. But no, he wasn't going to do that. And I don't even think he consulted any of our leaders about it. He just went straight to the boards about it, like a little bitch that he is. Yeah, this was the last straw.